the greatest city in the world. It's The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight, Jon Stewart and music from NERD. Plus Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. And now, which turned Senate candidate? David Letterman.
Thank you very much.
I was talking to the audience about this a minute ago, how hot it is in Southern California and Los Angeles. Yesterday it was like 113 degrees. Oh! And if you live in LA and you can't take the heat anymore, just come to New York. I'll take care of you. Come on out.
Good deal.
Everything will be fine. You don't need Oprah, okay? Here's how hot it was in Los Angeles. Governor Schwarzenegger was down in Los Angeles yesterday, and he's taking a walk on the hot sidewalk. This is how hot it is out there. Taking a walk on the sidewalk actually scorched his knuckles. Woo. It was so hot yesterday in California, Los Angeles. Sarah Palin was happy to get a chilly reception on Dancing with the Stars. Couldn't be happier.
I'm dancing with the stars.
Listen to this. This is a true story. So hot yesterday, Lindsay Lohan checked herself into a Jamba Juice. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay Lohan is back in rehab. It's all part of the Republicans' Pledge to America. Honestly, I'm concerned about Lindsay Lohan, and I hope that this time in rehab it works better than it worked the last time she was in rehab. And I hope it works better than it worked the time before the last time. And the time before the last time before that. And then there was that one time, a long time ago. I hope it works better than that one also. Everyone's concerned today. Paris Hilton sent her some gum. Oh my gosh, did you hear about that Delta flight? Anybody come in on that Delta flight, the one landing gear flight? Anybody over the weekend? Anybody? Did you hear about that? Made an emergency, Delta Airlines. They had an emergency landing, one landing gear. That's all they had. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. What's all of a sudden the Hudson's not good enough? Right. You're not gonna, what's the matter with the river? What is wrong? Turns out everybody is okay, thank God. Very dramatic. They had a jammed landing gear. It was like my wedding night, but everyone is okay. The episode was so frightening it actually sobered up the pilots. Hey, Bobby. What? Hey. How you doing? You all right? Good. Okay. How about that Larry King, ladies and gentlemen? he's retiring, you know, he's leaving CNN, and now he's saying that he would like, it's kind of one of those Betty White deals, where all of a sudden everybody at the thing, and they put her on, and there she was on Saturday Night Live. Right. Big hit. Larry King wants to be on Saturday Night Live. I believe that he wants to host. It's number 4 on his bucket list, I think. I think that's what it is. We got a hold of his audition tape. Now, you're not supposed to do this. In show business, this is the kind of thing that's supposed to be top secret. But we have some friends over at Saturday Night Live, and they sent us Larry King's audition tape.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to share it with you because it's kind of cute. So you have to listen very closely, all right? All right, here, roll it. Here's the audition tape.
He's been litigating on this issue since the Jack in the Box E. coli outbreak.
Chairman of the UN General Assembly, E. coli Oatbright. Replaced Ban Ki-moon. Here's something to be proud of. You know, New York City, I'm telling you, in ways big and small, is a fantastic place to live. You must know that. That's why you're here. Am I right? According to a recent study, a recent competition, New York City is selected to have the 2 best public restrooms in all of North America. Think about that. The 2 best public restrooms in all of North America. Oh, buddy, I bet that LeBron James is kicking himself now. Huh? Yeah. If you're in New York City and you want to check them out, one is in Bryant Park. One of the restrooms is in Bryant Park. The other one is Central Park. So... Rahm Emanuel is leaving. President Obama and the White House leaving Washington, and is what I want to know. Is he really quitting? He said he's quitting. Is he really quitting? I don't know. Do you think he's quitting, or is he just pulling a Leno? I'm telling you, does it seem like now everybody is leaving in Washington? Does it seem like everybody is leaving in Washington? Is that what it seems like? Seems like that way to me. Look at this. It seems like everybody is leaving. Watch. President Obama has written a children's book. And I think, well, sure, he's got nothing else on his plate. The name of the book is entitled The One-Term Engine That Could. So... Bob Woodward, you know, has written this book. It's called Obama's Wars, and it's all about inside the White House and President Obama and the war and all of that sort of stuff. This Bob Woodward, he's always writing books. You know what I mean? Works for the Washington Post, and he's always, I just wish he'd mind his own business, frankly. He wrote a book about the previous president, Bob Woodward did, called Not So Curious, George. It was a big hit. Big hit. There's a new study. Do you like new studies? Women apologize more than men. Not in my house. Big news out of North Korea. They're getting a, you know, Kim Jong-il is retiring. He's stepping down. What a tremendous job he's done for North Korea, right? He's gone in there. He's really taken care of business. And It's a fascinating process whereby they select the next ruthless dictator. Here, take a look at this.
The retirement of Kim Jong-il set off a lot of maneuvering in the North Korean government. When the dust settled, power had been seized by the Machiavellian Kim Jong-jae. Jay Leno, more cars than ever.
Thank you, David. Oh, on the program tonight, Jon Stewart, everybody. We'll be right back with the top 10 list. When we come back, Jon Stewart. Follow us on Twitter. Keep it here, Birdie.
Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen, the Shape Tones. America's mighty, mighty, and partying. And show band.
Let me ask you folks something. Are you all excited about the NFL football season underway? Oh, it's tremendous. It's tremendous. You know, there's going to be some rule changes because as much as we all enjoy professional football, they got to change it up every now and then. They have to liven it up. And I was talking to the guy, Roger Goodell, and his buddies in the rules committee, and here's what they're going to do. If your team accumulates in a single drive 5 first downs, they're entitled to 1 2-ball play. That's going to be crazy.
That is nuts.
That's going to put football right where you want it to be.
That's insane.
Oh, man, it's going to be exciting.
Tough to follow.
And then let's say you score both balls or touchdowns, you get 14 points, 14 big points. Yes.
Tough to follow. I don't know.
You thought the old-timey uniforms were something. Wait and look for the 2-ball play, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be great. 5 first downs, running an extra ball, bingo.
It's going to put asses in seats.
Speaking of football, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for Coach's Corner with San Francisco 49ers head coach Mike Singletary. Turn on the thing. Hey, Coach, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to be with us, sir.
Jim, those oranges are for the players.
Right. Okay, now, Coach, you started the season at 0-3 after many predicted that you would be challenging for the division. Are you must starting to feel some pressure, a little bit of pressure, Coach?
I can hear you, Jim.
Now, this week the 49ers fired your offensive coordinator, Jimmy Ray. Was that your decision?
We can't get caught up all day in who said this, who said that, who took a leak in the Gatorade.
Right.
I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, okay. So who will be calling the plays from now on?
350 stack Mambo! 350 stack Mambo! Queens left! Red 7 Rooster! 7 seconds down! And break!
Coach, your quarterback, Alex Smith, has thrown 5 interceptions and only 2 touchdowns in 3 games.
Right now, I trade him for a day off. I trade him for a day off. That's what I do.
Yeah. Now, I'm looking at the schedule here, and Sunday you're going to be Atlanta to face a tough Falcon team. You know, they just beat the Saints. How's that look?
I think you got an arena schedule, my brother. We're home against the Oilers.
Right. Well, I have the NFL schedule right here, and you're going to be in Atlanta. You know, the Oilers left Houston about 14 years ago.
Doris! 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 Doris!
Yeah.
Doris! Get Piedmont on the phone!
Piedmont. Okay. What can we expect to see this Sunday from the Niners, Coach?
80 white cross, Zulu, bubble, first down, and break. Your local news starts now.
Okay, there you go. That's a little something we call Coach's Corner with Mike Singletary, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, we'll be here with the very personable Jon Stewart, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is the Emmy Award-winning host of The Daily Show, and this is his new book entitled Earth, the Book, A Visitor's Guide to the Human Race. It is in stores now. Here he is, the very funny and entertaining Jon Stewart. Jon. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Welcome back to the program. Thank you very much for being here. How's the family? You have a boy 6 and a little girl about 4. Is that right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. My oldest boy is now 6, and the little girl is 4.5. And they're my boy and your boy about the same.
About the same. I'm just about to go 7 here with my son.
They get, because the innocent. They're so. Is he? They test out their male energy on you.
Right.
But they don't know when to use it or why they're using it there. My son he's just come into the phase of, he's discovered trash talk.
Trash talk.
Trash talk. But he has no idea of the appropriateness or where. So in the mornings before school, after breakfast, I say, Nate, after breakfast, I want you to clear your bowl and I want you to bring it up to the sink.
Take your plate, yeah.
Right, because that's why I had him.
Help out around.
Right. You don't
start getting a little something back on your investment.
The house is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And so we had them to take care of a lot of the chores. And so he has his cereal and he's done with it, and he brings it up to the kitchen sink and he turns to me and goes, "How you like me now?" And I was like,
it seems a little aggressive.
What do you mean? How you? I said, you didn't dunk on me. You did a chore. You don't trash talk after. You don't like take the garbage out and be like, "In your face, Dad."
Yeah.
You're like, no, you're doing what I actually wanted you to do. So that's not. I said, I go. He talked back a little bit, so I go, you know, you don't get fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh is good. Vegetables that are fresh are tasty.
Yeah.
You know, like, so you get that argument back and forth.
I'm getting now a little bit of the testing of who really is running things in terms of men in the house. And you know, if there's a herd of elk, and if there is an older...
Where do you live? Where do you live? We're downtown.
I'm Riverdale.
Are you? All right.
Riverdale.
All right.
If there's a herd of elk and they're being stalked by wolves, the wolves have a sense which one is the oldest and which one is sick. And that's the one the wolves go after first. I have a feeling my son has sensed that about me. He knows he can take me down.
That is not...
But
you need to get an older, more infirm gentleman in your house.
Yes, I know. For chum.
You need to get somebody that can be a distraction.
Yes,
like, he's got one leg, that guy's got no legs. I'll go for that guy.
But there's no greater fun in the world, is there?
Oh, it's just the best.
Fantastic.
And, the two of them, because they do. At first, you are their only influence, you and your wife, and it's so the opportunity to ruin someone from scratch.
Oh man, yeah, here we go.
It's when they're young, they believe anything you know.
Yeah.
You know, Daddy, are there monsters? You know, not in my room.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Well, that's awful.
Yeah.
That's horrible. I don't know.
Yeah. They don't know.
Yeah.
But we're having fun. The language is interesting because they do, you know, they do watch a lot of television, and my daughter now says, "Dang it."
Dang it.
Because she picked that up on Nickelodeon. Dang it. So then they pick up these phrases. hers is Dang It Now, and Nate's is What the he does that. He says, but he's 6. He got that from, I think that's from SpongeBob.
I think
You might be able to get away with that on your little cable outlet there, but I don't.
I'm bringing you a taste of cable, Dave. I'm taking you slumming with me.
Tell me about the big rally. Oh my God! You know, when I heard about this, I just thought,
what a stupid idea. You probably.
God, I just thought. Well, no, I thought you're going to be down there, and people are going to be all over you, and they're going to want to lick you, and it's just going to be. Are you really going to? It's the rally to, what is it? To bring back
the rally to restore sanity.
Yeah.
But we're not going to. Are you going? Wow. So you should go.
Yeah. They're going to be there, but what are your responsibilities? You're inviting millions and millions of people to your party. Good luck.
So you're saying we should have planned something?
No, I'm not telling you how to run your business.
We got a whole thing planned. I'm doing the rally to restore sanity. It's basically the idea is let's disagree, but try not to call each other Hitler.
Yeah.
You know, you go to these rallies, there's always a guy in the back, Bush is Hitler or Obama is Hitler. And it's offensive, even to Hitler, I think. You know, here's a guy who worked his whole life to be Hitler. Mm-hmm. The most evil guy to ever walk. And people are throwing around, you know, Obama's going to raise the tax rate to 39.6. He's Hitler. Hitler's like, no, he's not me.
Yeah.
It's not about taxes. I was a bad guy.
So the point is, we ought to be able to disagree and remain friends.
And we're not even remain friends. I don't mind shouting as long as it's authentic. It's about I'm just sick of hearing about, you know, you watch the cable news networks and the loudest people get to control the debate and the loudest people get to control the government. And there's millions of people at home who have to mow the lawn, who have things to do.
Right.
And this is the rally for people who have things to do. I want you to come down for that day.
The people who have
you
things
do nothing. Let me say this. I say this to you. Non-joiners of the world unite.
Right. People who have things to do.
Yeah, bring them down. Colbert, by the way, Colbert's doing a rally, Keep Fear Alive. I think it's just a cheap stunt.
Yeah.
I don't even think that guy's a real conservative.
Let's run it down with now Bill O'Reilly. You've been on his show a few times.
Yeah.
He's been on your show. Yeah. He's been on my show, and he's a likable fellow.
Very likable fellow.
But he does it for. Well,
I believe that's the setup.
Yeah. But we know he doesn't believe what he says.
No, I believe it. You know, I think he's a fair-minded individual who is has his own bellicosity about certain issues. But in the river he swims in, he is the most. He is as they say, the thinnest kid at fat camp. He is
Right.
The sluttiest nun at the convent.
And then and
that worked. I mean, he's in Crazy Village. So
then you have Glenn Beck, who I finally figured out who Glenn Beck is. He's Bobby Heenan. Do you remember Bobby Heenan?
Bobby Heenan, the wrestling manager.
That's right. That's exactly who Glenn Beck
Bobby
is.
Heenan?
Bobby Heenan, yes. He's just looking to make trouble. He has no idea what he's talking about. He just wants trouble.
I like listening to him. I think he's an excellent broadcaster. He's fun to watch because he does that thing. It's a stand-up comedian's trick. You know how we used to be on the road and you do the same act night after night.
Right.
And he'd have to
pretend. On the road, hell, I'm doing it here. On the road.
But you do the same thing night after night. And so you got to make it seem like it just came to you. So that's the whole trick of his show is this just, folks, we are... Folks, listen to me. If we could just go back to 1979. Did you see, this was the greatest thing. This is when I realized how much I love this guy. He does a program, he's sitting on his chair and he's weeping. And And he shows the commercial.
He's weeping.
For, do you remember the old Coke commercial with Mean Joe Green?
Sure.
Where he says, have a Coke. And Mean Joe Green says, that's okay. And the little boy goes, come on, take it. And Mean Joe Green finally is like, all right, kid, takes it, and then he throws him the jersey. Comes back to Glenn, and the tears are, why can't we go back there?
Yeah.
Politicians won't take you back there. And I'm like, I think we can't go back there because it's fictional.
Yeah.
I think it's a fictional commercial. And then I remembered, I think they taped it in 1979, which is when the Iranian hostage crisis was.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I guess we could go back there, but why would we want to?
Exactly.
And that's when I realized he made that fictional moment.
He's Bobby Heenan. Come on. He's Bobby Heenan.
I like him. I want to have him on my program. I want to go on his program.
We have invited him numerous times to be on this show. He will not come on this show.
I invited myself onto his program and did not come on.
Well, we'll be right back with Jon Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. Belfast Cowboy Van Morrison.
Nice.
What about this woman who's a witch who's running for Senate in Delaware?
I think it's an excellent, I think we could use a witch in Congress. Somebody, a little twinkle in the nose, boom, everything's taken care of.
Right.
Yeah, I feel bad for her. They've uncovered videos of her from like 15 years ago from when she appeared on MTV. And Lord knows I'm the last person who would ever, if anybody ever went back to MTV and what I've said on there, believe me, I'd be precluded from going to the post office. So, I feel badly for her. I hope she seems nice.
What a way to put Delaware on the map, though, huh?
Is Delaware actually on the map? Is that allowed?
Okay, now here's Glenn Beck.
All right.
This is pretty good. There's Glenn Beck.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, my God, he's pointing at us. There you go. Oh, yeah.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Come on.
You know what? That's pretty good. You know what I've got to do? I have got to get me a color printer. Because that, just the clarity of the
fun
image,
that you're missing.
the pixels.
What about the Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, your buddy?
He was in UN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the guy that comes in and says ugly things about Americans and then is upset that we don't like him.
Well, he was interviewed by Charlie Rose when he was at the UN, and they said, what about America? What about relations with America? And he said, well, he was explaining why we have bad relations. He said, I sent Barack Obama congratulations on his election victory. He did not reply. And this is a guy who's up at the UN like, the fist of fire will burn through America's skull. I will drink your blood. I will rip off your head. He's like, look, but at least you say hello.
Yeah, that's right.
It's the kind of thing. The thing that is so interesting to me about it is, like, I can't believe Mahmoud Ahmadinejad hates Jews because he acts just like one of us. That's something we would do. That's something my uncle would do at a holiday. Be like, you could say hello.
Pick out a nice card.
You could pick out a nice card. And do the thing. It's nice. I love watching when the UN gets together now. This is the time of year because all the countries of the world get together alphabetically, and they're not used to being around each other. And I don't know if you saw Barack Obama's address to the UN, but he was talking about that there are still a lot of terrible trouble spots in the world, and he's talking about Iran and Ahmadinejad and his threats to go nuclear. And then he says about the Congo, and then there is the Congo, the People's Democratic Republic of Congo, that still uses mutilation and beheadings as a weapon. And at the UN, everybody's on the thing that translates. So nothing lands for about 6 seconds. So he says, beheadings and mutilation as a weapon, and you look, right next to the Congo is Costa Rica. And you look on their faces and they're doing this. And then you see him leaning over to Colombia, and they're like, do you want
Switch places.
They switch places, but he delivers it. He does that mutilation, and then there's like a 5-second delay, and somebody suddenly goes.
On to happier matters, you were on. Was it Oprah's first show?
Her first show, I took the entire. I carried her entire audience to Texas.
Yeah,
barbecue.
Newark. I know.
I was on the first week. John Travolta had done the first show, and he flew them all, or was going to fly them all to Australia, and I gave them a book.
Something to read. It's a long flight.
It's a long flight.
Really, very thoughtful.
There's a picture of Australia in it, which would be nice. I go back. I feel like the expectation when you're Oprah is that when you meet her, like, she will help you.
Right.
Like, even if you don't really need help, you think, well, Oprah's here, I must be getting something nice. Like, it's not.
Well, that's right. She's absolutely transcendent.
She is.
And she's made it difficult, I don't know about for guys like you, but certainly for guys like me, because when these people come to this show.
Yeah. You get nothing.
The only thing they go home with is a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah.
Oprah, not only sent them to Australia, they're moving them there. Everybody gets a house.
They're making them kings. The worst thing that you can happen if you run it over is you get a makeover. The best thing, she could give you your own syndicated show. She could make you the governor. She could do whatever she wants. And I really found myself, after the show, I was so appreciative she had me on. She talked about the book. She came backstage and said, you know, hey, thanks a lot, that was great. And I was like, oh, thank you, Oprah, for having me on. She's like, all right, well, I'll see you later. I was like, what?
Yeah, wait a minute. Where's my pass to heaven?
What?
Yeah.
What are you going to tell me now? Like, look under your chair. It's your high school girlfriend. Your high school girlfriend apologizes to you. You know.
That's where my high school girlfriend would be, too.
The troll, huh? Is that how it all went down?
You know, in the beginning, Oprah frightened me. And I'm still trepidatious around Oprah.
Right.
But she's...
now, what frightened you? Because she doesn't seem to be...
She could squash me like a bug. She could put me out of the business.
You thought
and she hated me. That's what it was.
She didn't. I don't think she hated you. I think that in your head it's because of the as we refer to it now, the incident.
Oh no. This predates the Academy Awards.
Oh, is that true?
Oh, predates the Academy Awards. She hated me long before then.
So you're saying in many respects on your show right now, in front of millions of people, Oprah is racist. Is that what you're saying? That she hated you because. Am I maybe stirring something up that doesn't need to be stirred up?
You may be getting a bad translation. Why don't you switch with Columbia?
All right. Let me get. Why would she hate you?
I'll tell you why.
You're a very likable young man.
Here's where it happened. Here's what happened.
All right.
She and I turned up. She was with Stedman. I was with my then girlfriend, Regina. We were both at a restaurant having lunch on vacation. I said to Regina, this is hilarious, I'm going to make Oprah buy us lunch. So I called the waiter over. I called the waiter over.
May I just very quickly in this role play?
Yeah.
Let me be Regina.
Okay.
Oh, for sake.
Yeah, that's about it.
All right.
So the waiter comes over and he says, I asked for the l'addition, s'il vous plaît. And I said, this woman right over there has been kind enough to take care of our check. And he says, oh, well, absolutely fine, thank you very much. So now as we're leaving, and the waiter and Regina and myself are out kind of at the door there, I waved Oprah. Oh, she waves back. Now the waiter thinks, oh, well, sure.
You wave?
Yeah, she waves. So then we walk, we got a free lunch. That's where it started. That's where it started. Thanks. Thank you.
Where was this? What is that? Do you remember where you were?
Yes, I remember where I was.
Where were you?
How old do you think I am? No, I have no idea.
But are you at a resort? I guess my point is this. I can understand if you're at a restaurant and then you wave and leave and then you're off the island. But let's say you're staying at, like, I don't know how you vacationed early in your career, at a Sandals. So You're at an all-inclusive resort, Sandals, where you get your drink beads, and now she's
Drink
there for the rest
beads?
of the week.
Yeah.
Where could she find you then at that point? Or is this a dine and dash?
No, we didn't run into one another. It's not like we were on the same cruise, Oprah and I.
But you're on the same vacation.
She was in a hotel on one side of the island. I had accommodations on the other side of the island.
Ooh.
And that, my friend, is why I'm not going to Australia.
That can't be right.
Well, no, it's not right.
And you felt that she carried that with her.
Oh, yeah, that pissed her off.
She holds
Look,
a
it
grudge.
would piss me
She's
off.
Ahmadinejad. She holds a grudge.
Not everybody likes horseplay.
If that is not the title of your autobiography,
Yeah.
I don't know what. Not everybody, Dave Letterman.
Not everybody
likes horseplay. Coming out on, and they'll sell it in Walmart.
Well, here you go. Speaking of great titles for books, another bestseller right here. It's called Earth, and this is a guide. Once the human species has been obliterated,
That's right.
and the planet is still cooling off and trying to rebuild itself.
The aliens.
Aliens come. They need some guides, some help, some tips.
That's right.
Everything you need to know
whole thing.
if you're an alien visiting a heretofore, after the heat death of the universe.
That's right.
Everything you need to know is contained in this one book right here called Earth.
You know what, Dave? What would you pay for something like that?
Man, this would be invaluable.
It would be invaluable. If someone were to order that right now,
$1,000. I'd pay $1,000 for
well,
this
Dave,
book.
you're in luck. It is actually $1,000. And if you want, I'll leave that here for you. And I'll wave. You'll probably somehow end up sticking me with the bill for this. I don't know how. I know that's your game, Horseplay Johnson.
Where's the price in this? You got no price on this.
Do they not have a price?
Oh, on the
Didn't
back. Yeah, you get a price right there.
Yeah, it's a barcode. I don't know if you can you read barcode? Is that what you're doing?
$28. Is that what it is?
Are you the Terminator?
$28. That's not so bad.
But it's $28. But it's a book. I'm sure you can get it for $11, like 2 days after it comes out. It's a book. Nobody even buys it.
Have fun down there. The big march. What's the date of the big march?
The big march is October 30th. It's a Saturday, and I'll tell you...
Isn't that Columbus Day? Are you going to get a tremendous Columbus Day crowd?
That's what we're hoping to ride on the back of Columbus on this one. It's the reason we're doing it is if we did it on Friday, that we're down in D.C. that week, and we thought Friday we'd be tired. Let's do it Saturday. Then we'll come home. Sunday is Halloween, and so we don't want people to have to come out for Halloween.
So you put some thought into it. That's good. All right. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Jon Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back at NERD. It's exciting. We recently, I don't know if you know this, you probably read all about it in TV Guide and other area publications. Recently on the program, we introduced a brand new character, and it was a runaway hit. Everybody said, wow, that's fantastic. The switchboard lit up. The phones wouldn't stop ringing. The emails, I mean, we're knee-deep in emails, so we thought we'd bring him back again tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome German Fonzi.
Guten Abend, Herr C. Ich kann nicht lange hier bleiben. Ich habe ein heißes Date mit den Toscano-Schwestern im Inspiration Point.
I see. Thank you very much for being here, German Fonzi. I'm sorry I don't understand German, but we're very happy to have you with us again tonight.
Heute Abend, vor ein paar Stunden, steckte Chachi Arnolds Restaurant in Brand. Ich konnte nur hilflos zusehen, wie Ralf Malf langsam an Rauchvergiftung starb.
Oh, okay. Well, I could listen to you talk all night, but how about the famous jukebox trick, German Fonzi? That was German Fonzi. That's who that was. That's all you need to know. We'll be right back with NERD, ladies and gentlemen. Our next guests are a talented trio whose forthcoming CD is entitled Nothing. Please.
Good gig. Oh, my God. Nice job. NERD, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, everybody.
Spare ribs.